Hey guys, Jester here. A couple weeks ago, when I did a video on the races of the Flannis, one of my viewers requested that I cover the Rhennee, which is a gypsy type folk in the World of Greyhawk. So that is what today's video is going to be about. If you go to the glossography, you will, on page 6, it says, description. Rhennee resemble Iridians, except they tend to have dark brown or black curly hair. They are shorter than average, about 5 foot 6 inches tall on the whole, and slender but quite wiry and strong. Rhennee folklore claims that their race came to Earth by accident, their home plane being quite different. Thus, legend says, the Rhennee roamed about on horseback and in wagons, but in their new home, conditions were so dangerous as to force them to take to the water to survive. Nobles claim descent from legendary leaders of the lost tribe, while the ordinary Rhennee are descended from the common folk of the tribe. A third sort of Rhennee folk exist, although they are most rare. They are land wanderers who claim to be the only true Wren folk because they have not changed their way of life since coming to the Flannis from Rhop, and that's spelled R-H-O-P, homeland of the lost Rhennee. So that is what it talks about in the World of Greyhawk folio about the Rhennee. They have their own language. It's mainly just to identify themselves as being Rhennee, and a little bit of other things. It's kind of similar to Thieves' Cant, but not exactly. Now, but other than that, the description in the glossography in Rhennee the Trader, you had the I guess the avatar of Vecna was in the body of a Rhennee, and the Rhennee are, for the most part, except for the ones who consider themselves true Rhennee, are barge folk, river rats, so to speak. Good example of river rats is if you ever watch the movie Chocolate, or like some people call it, Chocolate. Johnny Depp's character was one of the barge people, and that's a pretty good little rendition of what you might think of the Rhennee. But in any case, so yeah, Rhennee the Trader also had a very smidgen of Rhennee in it. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot in any of the accessory books up until you get to the Adventure Begins, that even deals with the Rhennee, and even in that supplement, and the Player's Guide to the World of Greyhawk that followed, you pretty much just get a regurgitation of what was in the glossography. There's really not a whole lot of in-depth information about the Rhennee, but if you go to, there were two Dragon magazines, Dragon Magazine 59 and Dragon Magazine 93. Both of those talked about gypsies in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I don't own Dragon 59, but this is what it looks like. Let's see if I can get to the, there we go. This is what it looks like right here, Dragon 59. And it's got 5 pages of information on real world gypsies and Dungeons and Dragons gypsies, and how they compare to each other, and then kind of how the makeup, if you wanted to play a gypsy or have an NPC gypsy, what their classes and class abilities would be, and that sort of thing. Now, Dragon 93 also has an article in there about gypsies as well, but it, for the most part, is a regurgitation of Dragon 59. The cool thing about Dragon 93 is that it has these little, it has a couple pages of wagon train, or their wagons that you can cut out and fold up and make little wagons with horses and stuff that they travel in, which would be the true gypsies, or the true Rhennee in Greyhawk. But I mean, that's about it. That's all I got on the Rhennee. There's not a whole, like I said, not a whole lot of information about them. They're not really meant to be a player character. Although, if you want to do that and your DM's okay with it, then go for it. But for the most part, they're just NPCs in the World of Greyhawk. So, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and make sure you share with all your friends so that I can get more subscribers. Because more subscribers, I might be able to actually start getting paid for this stuff. Another way that I could get paid is for you to help me out. I don't have a Patreon account, but I do have a novel that I wrote. It is called The Book of Prophecies. It is a fantasy fiction novel, and it deals with this kind of stuff. So what we're talking about here, Dungeons, Dragons, that sort of thing, fantasy, witches, and all that kind of stuff. So this is the book. It is available in hardback, paperback, and ebook formats, and it is available on Lulu.com and Amazon.com, and there are links to those in the About section of my YouTube channel here. Also, if you go to my Facebook page, James Richmond Author, there is an About section there, and the links are in that as well. Purchase one of my books. That will help me out greatly. It would be much appreciated. But in the meantime, and until next time, and as always, see you soon.